Hello Internet and welcome to a special nighttime edition of Automotive Carnage. In tonight's episode, we dig deeper into that intake manifold and try to find out why this car's not idling properly. Cheers! So why are we doing this at night, you might be asking? Well, this week is meant to be 44 plus degrees for the rest of the week. And as I've told you in previous episodes, my camera equipment just cannot handle that temperature. So couple that with a pretty hectic work week and we end up doing this at night time. But anyway, back to the Silvia. Now we had to dig deep into the intake manifold because after doing a bit of research I found out that a common issue is the idle air control valve. Hope I got that around the right way. So what that does is that takes a bit of water temperature with a bit of vacuum and just dictates where the car needs to idle. So it's the first port of call when you're having an idle issue. Unfortunately, it's tucked right deep into the intake manifold as you can see, and that makes it a bit tricky to get to. Nonetheless, go through it methodically, you can get it out easy enough. Once we got deep enough into it and we got the top half of the intake runner off, we found a pretty nasty surprise. So we'll cut to that and I'll show you what we found. Just going through and inspecting the ports. Can you see what I see in there? Yeah, I don't think that's meant to be in there. See if I can get that out. Ah, my fingers are too fat. Yeah, that's definitely not something you want to find in your intake manifold. Where it's come from? That's a very good question. Oh dear. So yeah, that's really not where you want to find part of the gasket. Luckily, we're able to find it before it got too far into the engine and combustion chambers, and we're able to stop it. So anyway, back to the idle control valve. We're able to pull it off, get it out, give it a good clean. There was a bit of carbon deposit inside it, clean it out with a bit of throttle cleaner and some brake cleaner, and then we're able to put it back into the car. Pulling it back was a little bit trickier, but again, just do it, take our time, methodically, we can get there in the end. After all that though, we still had a bit of an idle issue. It did bring the idle down, so it wasn't going from 2,000 to 2.5. Now it's sitting at 800 to 1,000, but it keeps spiking up to 2,000. Now I'm really starting to scratch my head to try to figure out why this car's not idling correctly, why it doesn't start properly, and why it's got no power when we go for a test drive. I've previously checked for obvious vacuum leaks before, but nothing really stood out to me. So I just spent some time listening to the engine, listening to its noises, to try and figure out what's going on. And lo and behold, I start hearing a hissing noise when I give the throttle just a slight increase. When I give the throttle just a light blip, I can hear it sucking air from somewhere that it probably shouldn't be. And it sounds like it's coming from the throttle body. That's where we're up to now, and that's what we're going to have a quick look at to show you what I found. And it's pretty interesting. Alright, so here we are at the engine bay. Now, as I said, we come in here to the throttle body, and hopefully we can get in the right angle of the light. You remember that gasket that we found in the intake runner? Looky where it came from. Now, it's a bit hard to see, but you can see there the brown residue. That's what's left of the gasket. Up here where it's silver, that's where the gasket's meant to be. Now, it's the same material as the one that we found earlier on in the intake runner. So how that's happened, I do not know, but I have a feeling that this gap here, that is no longer sealed by a gasket, is where we're getting our sucking noise coming from, and that's allowing extra air into our intake, and it's causing all our issues. Fingers crossed, it's that simple. So I say hopefully it's as simple as that, but let's not forget that I live in the outback of Western Australia, and that simple little part is going to take over a week to arrive. Now, we do have some other goodies that have arrived, but being this dark, I unfortunately don't have enough lighting to get those in and show you adequately. So, until next week, stay tuned. We should have some better weather next week. I should be able to film, and we should be able to get a lot more progress done. So until then, see you later. Cheers.